Yeah, looking for a new surveillance camera which ticks all the boxes and is even super small, super powerful, has latest Wi-Fi support, even dual Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 6, has a high resolution of up to 2.5K QHD, colorful night vision, AI smart detection, two-way audio with microphone and speaker, and is even super small, so that means also easy to install. And I have a super interesting camera for you. That's the Heyall Q9. And so we really have everything here inside in this really small box. We have the mount, and we even get an extra charging cable, which is usually not needed because we have this really nice small solar panel, standard 1/4 inch tripod mount, long wire, so you can place the camera where you really need it and place the solar panel where you have most sun. Of course, comes with two mounts, one for the solar panel, one for the camera. Instructions manual, reset pin, and of course the really super small, stylish, beautiful camera. Of course, important to remove the stickers here in the front. So what we need is the Easy Cloud IP Pro VR Cam. We can download it from the official Google Play Store or Apple App Store. During the setup of the account, we have to prove that we are human. So we have to pull the tennis ball through the red dot to the racket. So let's see if we can do that, something like that, and then down here. And so I've set up the account here in the app, or actually logged in because I have already a camera there, or I had one. Can actually remove it because I'm not using this one anymore. Now we need Bluetooth to connect to the new camera. Of course, we have to turn it on. So we have to open the lid. And so down here we have the on off. We have a reset pinhole, charging port, and a micro SD card reader. So I'm adding here a 32 gigabytes micro SD card. Make sure that it's a really good quality one. And I'm long pressing here till I see some light. I hope we can see a light here doing this live, so you can see what I'm really doing for the first time and if we are successful without instructions manual. So we see the configure the network. Okay, so we see this red dot flashing, clicking on open, allow, and it has already found this camera. Click on add this device. Of course, I have to blur these details here, and really we have confirmation that we can use 2.4 and 5G networks. So I choose my network here, entering the password, confirming. And now let's see if it's connecting. The wireless connection is successful. Okay, and so we have a success here. And so it has been super easy to set up and also super easy to install with the standard fence bracket. And so here we are in the overview of this Easy Cloud app. So you can add multiple of these cameras, of course. Then you have the overview of all the cameras. We can access the events and cloud service for all the cameras or for single cameras. But of course, we want to see the live view now. And so we can see that now here. And so here we can change the resolution. We can change the light setting. For example, for the night, we can activate the microphone so we can listen what's going on. We can make a screenshot or start recording when we see something going on. We can also make it larger. And so here we have it in full size, full resolution. You can see great colors, decent sharpness, good dynamic range, and everything really fluent transmitted. You can see here battery even charging despite the sun going down now. And when we click here, we have pretty much same functions here. We can also hit the phone button, so we can start to talk to people. I've tested also the microphone. The microphone worked really good. Absolutely no complaints so far. Microphone test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from here we have also access to the settings. So we can see the signal strength, battery level, firmware. We can adjust the motion detection alerts. Very important to turn it on. We have different detection levels, low or medium or high. Activate frames from human in the video. We can even set the motion detection area, and we can really fully customize this area. One of the best custom detection area settings I've ever seen. So for example, we can exclude areas here on top, for example, where we have some motion from trees, or here an area which looks almost like a human with this water filter. That could be super helpful to avoid false alerts. Then we confirm. And so we can see the difference already 2 days later when I click on these events. You can see for the day absolutely no false alerts, and we see also yesterday no false alerts. So these adjustments can definitely help a lot to avoid pretty much all kind of false alerts. We even have an option to activate siren or white light alarm if there is an intruder at the camera. You can adjust the push message settings, recording setting, different options. For example, how long we want to record, video clarity for recording, or even avoid more false alerts when activating only human recording, storage settings, activate cloud storage or just use the local storage on the microSD card, options to download local video files here, so we can mark multiple items here. That's super helpful. We can select up to 9 videos. With a lot of similar apps, we can only download one by one. That's super helpful here. So it's now downloading automatically from the microSD card, video by video. And after downloading, you will also see a preview, some advanced settings like status indicator light, even device prompt language, check the signal strength. And so you can see even without external antenna, we have a really strong reception. That's good. Time sync these things, or even connect to Alexa so we can get alerts or ask Alexa for live streaming. But of course, we also want to see how it has been performing regarding event detection. And we can see it has been detecting everything really nicely. We get also some indication what has been going on here. For example, this microphone test, which I've done
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just a few hours ago. You can see it has been catching me every time really nicely, no matter if coming from the left side or coming from the right side. So usually it has been catching me really reliable. I mean, maybe it's not the fastest camera on the planet, but usually it has been doing a good job. Here you can see a false alert from a truck on the road, so you can see the impressive detection range, and it would be super easy to remove this area. I've already done this here live in the video. Also some false alerts here from the water filter. You can see here with the green frame. That's actually the human detection. It has identified this as a human, but since I know that it's causing some false alerts, I could easily remove. I've already done that, and so it will never trigger this anymore. And here with full sun, you can see absolutely perfect image, perfect colors, perfect sharpness. Of course, a lot of invitations here for the full playback to activate cloud, but of course that's not free. Here really nice selection types here for the different type of motion recording. Can also go back to previous days, and what's awesome here is that we can really see where we had something. So for example, I can go back here to yesterday. I could even select a time range, and so I can easily access everything from yesterday or even from the day before. By the way, these video clips here are coming from the cloud as far as I can see, so it looks like there is some kind of free cloud available or active here. The thing is just when we click here and want to go back, for example 3 days or more, you can see we get this lock icon, and so we could only see that when we activate and subscribe to the cloud. So the only way to go further back without paying for the cloud is to use the microSD card here from these settings. So we have to click on storage setting again. And here in the download local videos, as you can see, when I click here, we can go back even further. For example, here to November 2nd or November 1st, where I've made some tests, and the recorded footage definitely great, not only during the day, but also during the night. For example, here in the full color setting, you can see everything really nicely. Despite the area being pretty dark here in the backyard, but the built-in white light is doing a really good job on illuminating the area, and also in the black and white setting where it's using infrared, so no neighbors are disturbed. Yes, I would say overall a really good implementation of a security camera, really small one, and still has pretty much all the functions everything what we can expect in 2025 from a really good camera. Maybe it's not the fastest security camera on the planet, so a couple of times it has been missing me during the night, but definitely not always. Especially what impressed me when I was coming from the right side, how fast the camera has been responding. So it looks like usually for everything which is close, it's reacting really good, even better than some other cameras. So overall, actually just one thing I didn't like too much here, that's the ads which we have to watch every time when we are booting up the app, and also the ads inside regarding their cloud storage. Pretty much every time when we open a page, no matter if it's the main page, settings page or events, there will be always a lot of ads around to subscribe to their cloud service. I mean, they are not blocking usage of microSD card, but sometimes it's just not as easy to find as it could be. That's some small complaint which you have to know, but of course you'll get used to that, or just subscribe to have a little bit faster access to your footage. Of course that will always help. And so overall, again, definitely not a bad thing. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description so you can check it out and order one for you if you like. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your own experience with this camera, then just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.